What's up, Nation? Garth here, and I'm doing the channel spotlight on Domino Paris 21's channel. Obviously, I'm from the CardfightNation, which is a group of Australian guys just playing Vanguard on YouTube, basically. Collectively, we've all played the game from set one. Most of us have had our breaks in various times. I had taken a break through most of set 11, 12, 13. I know people had taken breaks between set and 11, 10 and 11, and then breaks through 13, 14, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, we've played since the game came out in English, which is a long time ago. And yeah, that's basically it. I really like Vanguard just because it's fun. Like, for no other reason besides that it's fun and the artwork just looks really cool. Example here and here, and you know, it's just a fun game to play with your friends, and there's not as much elitism in it as there is in Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic and that kind of thing. And we've got a nice community here, and it's just fun, and all my friends play it, so I might as well play it as well. My favorite decks are Eradicators, Link Joker, Dimensional Police, mainly the D-Roper bills that are extremely YOLO and will win in one turn, and Cargo. I don't currently have Cargo built. When I left the game and stopped, because there's a period on the channel where there isn't a lot of videos, which is where I took my break, I did sell out a lot of decks. So I don't currently have Cargo built. I'm waiting until set 17 version E to rebuild this. And then of course I will be building the Cross, because I played the Ant for so long when it came out. So that is a thing that will eventually happen along with all the upgraded version of these. But these are the clans that I mainly play. We'll be playing Gear Chronicles when we eventually get it. I've also always been a big fan of Aquaforce. And that's mainly it. Like, obviously these ones are very control orientated and very responsive. And this one is just Megazords, and the Power Ranger base and all that kind of stuff is very appealing. I also like Aquaforce because it's highly aggressive and the multiple attacks, and the artwork's just really cool on that as well. I don't think there's any other ones really. Not really. Jake, the other mainstay on the channel, plays Paladins. Anything Paladin he'll be playing a lot. Reagan plays Muta Triangles religiously, and that's basically it for like the favorite clans. We've also got a Dark Zone player and a Zoo player and that kind of stuff. But since there's so many of us, we've got so many favorites. But these four here are my favorites in particular. For subscribers, to expect from the CardfightNation channel is basically just a lot of fights. We mainly just chill out and record fights. I do deck profiles and discussions occasionally. I normally do, I am planning to do set reviews and set previews and that kind of stuff, and when new decks come out I'll try and get them profiled and stuff like that. And you know, it's just regular content. We try and upload like 3 times a week-ish. Normally if we don't have any kind of deck profile or discussion or whatever, I'll just upload some cool fights and have some fun talks in the background, and show off some cool sleeves and all that kind of stuff, which is all kinds of fun. The topic that Domino's given me to talk about, or one of the ones that I can talk about, is all decks created equal is what I'm going with. I'm just reading over on the message that he sent me. I would say that no, absolutely not. Decks are not created equal, but you always try and overcome adversity. Very much key right here. Dimension Police has never been created equal. We've always had our grade 3s are generally really awesome, really cool. An example, this guy and Die Kaiser. But besides that, the grade 1s and 2s for the deck are generally really trash. But I do generally have surprising amounts of success with this. Obviously not like tier 1 success that you'll get with, say, these ones in the past, that and Shadows and that kind of stuff. But you try and overcome adversity, I guess. You do some crazy stuff like run 12 grade 3s, and you know, you just work with what you have and try and make your deck the best it can be in order to combat other things. Also say that certain mechanics are stronger than other mechanics as well, like being able to kill your opponent's circles and reduce the amount of guarding that you can do on a turn is super strong, as well as just straight up killing your opponent's units is also extremely strong. So I'd say the mechanics that a clan has is what defines it on whether it's going to be played equally on terms with everyone else, because obviously these ones will always be good, and so will this, depending, like, despite the fact that Link Joke is slow, if it can get stuff going, then it is very hard to combat, I suppose. That's about it as far as like things, clans created equally, because there obviously aren't, like, these ones, main character clans, paladins have the same thing. Anyone that plays Grand Blue, Great Nature, Mega Colony, they'll all know that clans really aren't created equally, because the more stuff you have, the more likely your deck's going to be better than other people's decks. But when you're like relying on like such a small pool of support, and if you're playing this, for example, and you need a special counterblast and you don't have enough of, say, a crit, you've only got one named crit, whereas like these guys have 2 or 3 and golds have 2 or 3 for liberators and that kind of stuff, that is kind of like an equality kind of thing for that and whatnot, and yeah, that stuff. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't want to go too long with this video because keep it short and sweet and all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, it's been Garth from the Cardfight Nation. Feel free to check us out. We have, we've got, I'd say about 90 fights recorded, starting from back in 2012, I want to say, which go through all the way up to now, entering 2015 in a couple of months. We'll be covering Legion heavily. I've decided that we're sort of just going to slowly roll back into it, since we just started back up again. And we'll slowly roll back into it and cover Legion heavily, cover Extra Booster, 11 and 12. Those decks will probably be featured pretty heavily. We've got pre-release games that will be coming out, because people have gathered enough stuff from the pre-releases down here to make somewhat of a deck. Once those are completed, we'll do all that kind of fun stuff. With Sec 16, 17, we'll be doing extended coverage on that. And of course, when Generation Strike comes out, we'll be doing extensive coverage on that as well. So yeah, it's been Garth from the Cardfight Nation. This is me and the stuff that I do, and here are the 4 cards that I enjoy the most currently. And feel free to check us out. And yeah, that's about it. So see you next time.